Everyone, welcome back to the Friends Recommendation series, and this is the second video for the 5-part video series. So in this video today, we're going to be looking at Unlike Pluto's song Cold Weather. If you haven't watched my videos in the past, I basically break down these videos into 3 separate sections. I first start off with an intro backstory section, then a breakdown analysis section, and then lastly an outro section. So this song was sent to me by my friend Earth Fox, who you saw in the previous Friends recommendation video, and he recommended the Calliope Mori song, which was really good. So more recently, I would say within the last couple months, my friend Earth Fox sent me this song from Unlike Pluto, and I know personally Unlike Pluto from Monster Cat, from his releases like Searching for You and Everything in Black. Those are the 2 songs from him I like quite a bit. I know he has like 4 or 5 releases on Monster Cat, but those were the 2 notable songs that I remember. And actually, he doesn't really release much on Monster Cat anymore, so I think he releases more on his own. But this song is actually really catchy. It's a little bit different than his songs on Monster Cat. It's a little bit more poppy, kind of alternative, not so heavily influenced by electronic sounds and bass lines. This is more of a kind of alternative song, more vocal driven. So for this video, I'm going to be leaving the CC lyrics on because I figured I'd just do something a little bit different. And that's probably the best way to get lyrics in this video. And in the future, I might do that for songs that have lyrics in case you guys want to read it. I won't be focusing on certain words in the vocals, but I'll just be listening to different vocal aspects within the entirety of the song. So anyways, thanks again Earth Fox for sending me this song, and we will dive into Unlike Pluto's song Cold Weather. Let's get started.
Staying in from all the cold weather, I've been getting sick thinking of you. Feels just like the flu, drowning in the soup. I've been thinking of you.
Alright, so just to start off the song, I like how the vocals start off right off the bat, which is a really nice way to start the song. And then the acoustic guitar comes in, which is really catchy. And then there is some percussion that's used that's a lot softer, so it reminds me a lot more of acoustic percussion, where it's a lot softer of a kick drum and snare, which works really well for the beginning percussion. And since the song is so short, I like how fast the song just goes straight into the vocals, the guitar, and then a little bit of percussion, and then just pretty much goes right into it after 50 seconds into like the main drop section and just the kind of beef of the song. So you can hear the transition from the more soft acoustic kick drum and snare to the more traditional electronic kick drum and snare with a little bit more punch, but overall it's still really good. So let's keep going.
I can't find my cold, everywhere I go so cold. Wish that I could go, but you're too deep in the snow. Frozen skylights stored outside, and it makes me frozen inside. Every night I wanna drive by, but my coat is lost in the snow.
Alright, so that was the first chorus section, if you want to call it that, instead of a drop section, to be a little more technical in that aspect, which was really a nice section. You do hear the fuller drums, and I do like the rhythm of the drums. There is way more variation with this kick drum and snare, and a little bit of hi-hats within this particular choice of percussion rhythms. I like the variation. It does remind me a little bit more of like an alternative song. You do hear the guitars in this song playing within this chorus section, more of the acoustic guitar, and then you do hear a pad in the background playing a subtle chord just to give some atmosphere or ambience in the song. And I do like how you hear in the vocals there is a lot of reverb and delay, and it is very accentuated, even though there are some other sounds, like the vocals are still in the forefront and you hear the effects and like subtle harmonizations with the vocals. So it's a really good aspect that unlike Pluto did with the vocals there. So anyways, that section transitions out into this section, which I would imagine would be the next break section. And you do hear a little bit of that higher end guitar. I would want to say it's like an electric guitar playing the melody of the song, but you'll hear it a little bit more later on in the song. But that was just the kind of teaser introduction of that sound. So anyways, let's keep going.
Cold weather, I've been getting sick thinking of you. Feels just like the flu, drowning in the soup. I've been thinking of you. Broadcast from my room, someone let me loose. Sunshine in a noose, frosted in the gloom.
All right, so this section's pretty cool. The vocal is played, then there isn't any percussion or anything or any other sounds playing, and then they just come right back in a little bit later, which is similar to the break section, percussion and guitar playing, and then it jumps into the next section where you hear a little bit more like in the chorus section, but this time instead of the higher pitch lead melody guitar, you hear a guitar, whether it be acoustic or electric, with a lot of processing or a pedal of some type of effect, to where it almost sounds really really kind of distorted and like thin sounding. The best way I can describe it is kind of like a little bit like a whammy bar or something of that effect, to where it makes the sound of the guitar really thin but really kind of psychedelic, almost like, which is a sound I think they use a lot in, I would say, rock music within the 80s, maybe even 90s. I guess a more popular band like Nirvana would have a guitar sound something similar along those lines, and they use either like a guitar pedal or some type of software VST or plugin to use that effect, like Guitar Rig or something, because that's what I use personally for some guitar effects, and I can get that effect. But it's pretty interesting because that's playing the kind of guitar lead but in a lower octave within the section. But anyways, let's keep going.
And I can dry you, my windshield frozen too. Think gas won't make the fumes. I'll never make it back to you. I sit at night, stuck on my mind, with the fireplace in my eyes. In the twilight, different moonlight, nothing comes out late night.
All right, so that section is really cool. To combine both the sections, one section is playing a vocal which is varied from the main chorus section, and I do like the variation of the vocals within these two sections, or between these two sections, and it's just a nice variation between the vocals. It's not the same vocals being played over and over, which isn't normally a bad thing, but for such a short song that could be a little bit repetitive within such a short amount of time for a song. So that's really a nice use of variation in the vocals. And another aspect I do like in the song is how, unlike Pluto, kind of cuts out the percussion and sounds for the vocals to shine for a little bit and then brings all that back in. There's a lot of different pauses or breaths of air, I guess you can call it, within the song, which is really nice because it adds a little more variation as well within the whole structure of the song, where it's not just the continuous percussion, chord progression playing all the time. There's a lot of different stops and pauses, which alleviates some of the tension throughout the song and varies the structure. So it's pretty cool in that aspect for such a short song. So, And you notice in that section, you kind of have that distorted guitar play, and that's playing along kind of with the bass guitar or the bass acoustic guitar chord progression playing on the bottom. And then here it switches to the main melody, having that electric guitar with a different processing effect playing the main melody on the top in a higher octave. So that's a really interesting transition and just kind of a change of guard for both of the guitar sounds. So that's just something I wanted to note. Anyways, let's keep going.
From all the cold weather, I've been getting sick thinking of you. Feels just like the flu, drowning in the soup. I've been thinking of you. Cold nights, try to feel different tunes. Slow down, we don't need it all.
All right, so that's Unlike Pluto's song Cold Weather. We'll back up a little bit. So I want to say that would be the third chorus within that section. So you do hear the vocals come back with the acoustic guitar for a little bit and that ambient sound playing the chord progression in the background. And then it just quickly transitions into the third chorus where you hear the guitar sound playing. And it's more traditional to what you would hear for the main chorus sections, but the actual outro is what I like the most, is with the guitar, various different guitars, various different processing all playing to outro the song, which is what I like, because there's a lot of calm response kind of within that section, within the different aspects of the electric guitar and different processings of all those guitars. So really cool song overall. Thank you, Earth Fox, for recommending this song to me. This is Unlike Pluto, and I like the direction he's taking because this song reminds me a lot of an alternative kind of rock song in that aspect. So anyways, I hope you guys like this video. This video was a little bit short, and I did have the vocals playing for you guys, even though I didn't go over the lyrics. So anyways, if you guys like how the vocals play out during the video, just let me know if you want to see that in the future continuing, even though I don't elaborate a lot on those vocals within the song anyway. So thanks again, Earth Fox, for recommending this song, and I hope you guys like this second series of the Friends Recommendation series. It's always fun to do these, and I get to branch out into different music genres. So hope you guys like the rest of the Friends Recommendation videos I have planned. So anyways, have a good one, everyone. Peace.